Hi guys, today we are going to be playing with a very pretty fall palette, and I'm so excited because I'm clearly just so ready for fall right now. I'm sure you've noticed in my videos, I'm like starting to wear my sweaters and it's still 95 degrees out. I don't care. I just want it to be fall. I just want to be in a fall mood. I just want to wear fall colors. And so when I saw this palette, or I should say when I saw that they sent me this palette and I opened it, I was like, yeah, I'm so ready. Like, this is gonna be amazing. So this is the Hudson Valley palette, and I'm filming this before this has been revealed, so I'm probably gonna post a video the day that the reveal is happening. This palette does launch on the 20th, and I wanna say it's at 12:01 a.m. EST, but I will have the information down below in my description box, as well as prices and my code. I do have an affiliated code with Nomad. It's just Annette, and it will save you some money. But here is what the palette looks like, and it is like the perfect fall palette. This is fall. Like, this is literally fall in a palette. And I'm so excited to be showing you some looks with this. I've already done 2 looks, so we're gonna do 1 look on camera, and then I will tell you my thoughts at the end of the video, as well as show you the other 2 looks. But let me just say, I've had a great time with this. I feel like Nomad is killing it right now. Their formulas have been amazing in the past like 3 or 4 palettes that I've tried, and I'm really excited to just play more with this because it is a stunning palette. One thing I want to point out though is that this palette only has 3 shimmers, which I feel like for palettes these days, especially palettes this size, is quite unusual. But I'm not mad at it, because honestly, these 3 shimmers are the perfect shimmers if you're only gonna have 3 shimmers to go with this color story, and it just makes sense. I'm someone who, I love sparkly shimmers, but I also love mattes. Like, I need mattes. Mattes to me are like the fundamentals for doing eyeshadows, and so if I can get a bunch of beautiful mattes in this palette and only 3 shimmers, I don't care. And also, this is a palette that I can see myself using with some of my single shadows, and so having all of these beautiful mattes, even though there aren't that many shimmers, it's not a problem at all. And so I'm gonna do another look with this. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do today, because I have played with, I'll play with some of the neutrals, I'll play with some of the greens, I'll play with kind of like these burgundies, but I think what I want to do is I'm thinking I want to do like a big wing today, and I pulled out one of my melt eyeliners, and I was thinking I could do like a jewel toned green wing, and then maybe do this in my crease and do like the green shimmer on the lid or something. I think that could be kind of fun. So maybe that's what I'll do. Like, I feel like that would make for a really fun but interesting sort of fall look. So maybe that's where I'm going with this. Also, if you're wondering about my hair, I'm wearing another one of the INH insert name here ponytails. This is the, what are you called? I think it's the Alley. Yeah, this is the Alley, and it's in the shade Copper. I think it looks so cute. See, I think I could pull off this hair color. Like, if I dyed my hair this hair color, it would look good. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to ruin my hair. I've had enough of bleaching my hair, so this is what we're doing. And I really like it. I think it looks so cute, and it's also like very fall. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by priming my eyes with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base as per usual. And I do want this to be a very fall look, because I do plan on filming a video after this, which have not gone up yet, about my favorite fall eyeshadow palettes. I'm thinking I will do a ranking video, like ranking my best fall palettes or something like that. Like, that could be fun. And I think I want to do it with only the palettes that are actually available now, because otherwise the video will probably be too long. And I have a lot of palettes that are limited edition, actually, that are like kind of fall, so I think I just want to do it with the ones that are available, because a lot of the time I'll include palettes that aren't available in these kind of videos, and I want to do it maybe a little bit differently this time. I am thinking, because I want to make sure that this color doesn't pull like pink, I think I'm going to use a tiny bit of this one in my transition, just so that this shadow doesn't warp on me, because a lot of the time, like, these kind of reddish tones will turn pink on me, and I think it's because my eyeshadow primer maybe leans a little bit pink. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this in my crease just to sort of neutralize the tone of my eyeshadow primer. I'm not expecting this color to really show when I'm done with the look, because I'm not gonna pull it super high up. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that, like I said, into my crease here, just for a bit of like neutrality. So I think that is exactly what it is that I wanted. So you can barely see it, which is exactly what I wanted. You could definitely build this color up to be more intense if you wanted it to be more of a, like a transition shade that actually shows. You can definitely build it up, but I just wanted a sheer wash of color of that. I'm next going to go into the shade here called Wine Harvest. And this is going to be my primary crease shade. And yeah, that is looking exactly the way that I wanted to. I really did not want this to pull pink at all. I wanted it to be very true to pan. Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna keep the shape of this quite round. If you see me do a big wing before, you know that I want my wing to extend past like the tip of my eyeshadow. And I'm gonna try not to put too much of this in my very outer corner because I am going to layer that liner over the top. And this is quite a dark color, but I think that the liner is going to cover this up quite nicely. But just in case, I want to keep it kind of contained here just to make sure that the liner doesn't mix too much with this color. But this is so pretty. Like, this is such a fall color. I love it. I'm really just putting this color down where it is that I want it to be before I start blending it out. And I'm gonna switch to probably a brush with no additional color on it just to help blend out, because I don't want to pull the shadow like out too much, but I do want to make sure I get a blend. So I'm just gonna make sure that these are somewhat even here. And I'm gonna go in with a clean blending brush. I'm gonna use my Rephr 14 and I'm just gonna gently run that over the edge here using small circular motions until I get the blend that I want with this. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is quite a dark color, but I just want to get a little bit more of a blend than what we have right now. And Nomad shadows are very blendable. As you can see, I have a much better blend on this side than I have on this side. If you're new to colorful eyeshadows, I think that Nomad would be a great place to start because their shadows are extremely easy to work with. Just going back in with a little bit more of the same shade on the other brush just to intensify the crease. And since I'm not sure what I want to do under my eye yet, I'm gonna go ahead and do my wing. I can link a tutorial that I filmed with this a very long time ago. I should probably do an updated video on how I like to do my wings for hooded eyes because I feel like my technique have changed a little bit, but I can link that up there if you want to go check it out. But I'm gonna do it with this liner from Melt. This is from the... What collection was this from? I think it was the Amor Eternal collection. I don't think this is available is what I'm getting at, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this to do my wing with. So this worked perfectly. I'm gonna go in with a bit more of this liner on a small pencil brush just to make sure that I can put some of this onto my lid and my outer corner as well. And I love the eyeliners from Melt. I really think that Melt has some of the best potted eyeliners because they don't dry out on you. And I've had so many eyeliners that I've loved when I've opened them, but then 6 months later, it's like, it's so dry that you have to either start reviving them or they're just dead forever. And I feel like Melt's eyeliners, like this one I've had for probably over 2 years now, or maybe it's been exactly 2 years, or maybe it's been 3 years. Actually, it's probably been 3 years. Because this came out before the Beetlejuice collection, and then last year was the More Y Mariposa collection, I think. Or was that earlier this year? I forget. I think that was the fall palette last year though. Man, time really flies. I don't remember when anything has come out anymore. But moral of the story is that these eyeliners are such good quality and they last forever. So I love that about them. Now my only concern here is that I do have quite a lot of sort of pink on my lid. And I'm hoping that the green shimmer is going to cover this up, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and try it because I don't feel like cleaning this up, and that's not really how I like to do my makeup anyway. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I am going to take some of my NYX glitter primer. I'm just gonna use that on my Rephr 21 brush, and I'm just gonna take that glitter primer pretty much all over my lid here, also layering it a little bit over that green because I do want to layer the green shimmer over the green and get a good gradient. And I'm gonna really coat my brush with this green shimmer to make sure I get on a very nice thick coat of this. And I'm just gonna start kind of stamping this on. Yeah, this is going to cover that purple beautifully. Like, that is so pretty. Yeah, I love this. And now I'm just gonna work on blending this color into the wing that I have here. And I'm struggling to get a good blend because trying to blend an eyeshadow into a gel liner, you're just not gonna get like the perfect blend. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull in a little bit of the matte, like one of the matte greens in this palette, and I'm gonna take the mid-toned green here, which is a very kind of olive-based green, but I'm just gonna use that to tap over the edge between that shimmer and the matte. And I think this is gonna blend a little bit better into both the liner as well as the matte shadow. I'm just gonna work on these three to get a good blend. Yeah, I think this is looking a lot better. Now I'm toying with the idea of using some more shades under my eye, maybe like the oranges and the yellow. I don't know if that's gonna look crazy. I could even just leave it like this and not do anything under my eye because I do feel like I got a pretty sharp line here, which I'm kind of liking. And sometimes I feel like when I do these kind of looks and I pull something underneath my eye, it almost looks a little bit, I don't know if disconnected is the right word, but I'm not sure how I want to finish this off. I am going to take a bit of the yellow shimmer here and put that in my inner corner and just sort of see how that looks. I'm going to take that a little bit up onto my lid as well and just blend it into that green. I think that these two shimmers are just so beautiful together. I actually think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and I'm going to finish off my eyes. I'll probably do like a nude color in my waterline, probably put on some lashes. If I do anything else, I will make sure to let you know, but I kind of like the way that this is looking without anything under my eye, and I've kind of been liking that lately. Like, I like that big wing kind of look and most of the focus on my upper lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off real quick. I'll show you what I did when I get back, and I'll also show you the other two looks that I've done and give you my review on this palette. Okay, and so I didn't do anything crazy to finish off. I put on some lashes, which honestly I don't know which ones these are because they were a random pair that was just laying around, not in their box. But I'm pretty sure they are from Unicorn Cosmetics, which are some of my favorite lashes. To finish off with my lips, I put on one of the NARS tinted lip balms. I've been loving this. I bought this when I was on my trip like a couple of months ago, and this is such a beautiful, it's a nude, it literally feels like, it looks like a lipstick but feels like a balm. Like it's a crazy amazing formula, and I'm so happy I have this. This is like one of my go-to day-to-day products because I just think it looks so good with everything, and the color is so beautiful. I also did do like one line of pink here because I couldn't help myself. I needed something extra. And I used the shade Peppa from the split liner from Glisten. I love these. These are great. And then for my highlighter, I used the Oracle palette from Bella Beauty Bar. And I used this shade up here, and I think it looks really, really pretty. So that's how I finished off. Now, let me show you the other two looks that I've done, because the other two looks were definitely a lot simpler. And I just wanted to test out the formula and see how I liked it. And honestly, I think the formulas on here are super, super nice. The mattes are very pigmented, very easy to work with. I didn't have any problems at all building on top of them. And the shimmers are just really, really pretty. They wear really well. They're not like sparkly or duochromy or anything like that, but they're just very pretty, not thick at all. They look very smooth and shiny on the lids, and they're just easy to wear. And I really like them, even though I do wish that maybe some of them had a little bit more oomph to them. Like, I still feel like with this color story, I think that they just kind of make sense. I don't know, like there's something about the shimmers to go with these mattes that they're just kind of effortless, and I really enjoy the way that they look together with the mattes. I don't know. I don't really have anything to complain about with this palette. I think the palette is beautiful. I think the color story is amazing. It's such a nice fall palette. I love that there are so many mattes, and the range in the mattes is so good. There are very light mattes, there are very dark mattes, and I love that in palettes. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And I didn't have any issues with any of the shades. I thought all of them performed really well. And I really like the greens in this palette, even though I'm not usually someone who gravitates towards like olives and more muted greens. I tend to want more, yes, I want them to be grungy, but I tend to want like a little bit more saturation in them. But I feel like there's something so wearable about these greens that even if you're scared of greens, you're gonna have a great time with these. And I think every look that you do with this palette is gonna look very fall. Like, you cannot get away from that fall feeling. That is what I love about this palette. I think it's just very well done, and I'm really happy I have it in my collection. Thank you, Nomad, for sending it over. Let me know if you plan on picking this up, because it is a really, really, really pretty palette, and I think a lot of people are going to really like this. So I think that's basically going to be my thoughts. If you want to see some more Nomad content, I definitely have a playlist. I'll put that up there. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.